Our first speaker tonight is Dani Abdullah. Comrade Dani has been a member of the Party for Socialism and Liberation since August of 2022. She joined because wherever she went, she saw her comrades and supporters. So she herself has taken part in multiple struggles in the community, such as the abortion rights struggle, protecting trans children and families, and currently works with the Gary Harrell family to help them attain justice against another killer cop in the city. Outside of PSL, Dani is a mom with her child in the bag and a husband, an anime lover, a lover of R&B, as well as a therapist, mainly working with families involved in the child welfare system and survivors of sexual abuse. Tonight, she will present on the origins of Black August and why it's important for the workers to claim this month to train, fast, study, and fight. Please join me in welcoming Comrade Dani.
So, my voice is not very loud. Can y'all hear me in the back? Good? Okay. So, I'm especially excited to be speaking today because Black August was my first liberation forum, and now I get to speak, so that's super cool. So as Steven stated, I'm going to be talking about the overview of Black August, right? So we're closing in on the last few days right now. And Black August is a month-long commemoration of the heroic, centuries-long struggle for Black liberation. The floor is sticky. Okay. During Black August, we call for the release of political prisoners in the United States, like Mumia Abu-Jamal, Mutulu Shakur, and Jamil Abdullah Al-Amin, formerly known as A-Trap Brown, to condemn the oppressive conditions of U.S. prisons and to emphasize the continued importance of the Black liberation struggle. Party for Socialism and Liberation branches across the country organize educational and cultural events such as this as part of the tradition that dates back to 1979. Reaffirming our determination to overthrow the grinding oppression imposed by U.S. capitalism on Black America. So as Stephen stated, on August 21st, 1971, 52 years ago on Monday, legendary revolutionary George Jackson was assassinated by a prison guard at San Quentin prison. His assassination was one of the primary catalysts for the inception of Black August. So at the age of 19, George Jackson, he was sentenced to a prison term of 1 to life. So that means the prison administration had complete and arbitrary control over the length of his sentence. So what do you think he did to earn 1 to life? I want people to raise your hands. What do you think? It's just a guess. I'm gonna tell you. So what do you think? What could you do to earn a sentence of 1 to life? I can wait. No, I'm just saying. Kill a cop, right? Okay. Anybody else? Any other guesses? Murder. Okay. Say it again. Loitering. So he stole $70 from a gas station, right? So 19 years old, you stole $70 from a gas station, and now you have a sentence of 1 to life. While incarcerated, he became one of the iconic radical, While incarcerated, he became an icon of radical politics and a field marshal of the Black Panther Party. He also wrote classic books such as Soledad Brother and Blood in My Eye, while co-founding one of the most politically oriented prison gangs, the Black Guerrilla Family. Black Guerrilla Family, inspired by Marcus Garvey, better known as BGF, characterizes itself as an ideological African-American Marxist-Leninist revolutionary organization composed of prisoners. It was founded with the stated goals of promoting Black power, maintaining dignity while in prison, and overthrowing the United States government. The BGS ideological and economic aims, collectively known as Jamonomics, have been laid out in their Black book, so you can check that out if you want to learn more. Okay. So earlier I called Jackson's death an assassination. However, the facts regarding his death have been disputed. Right? So prison authorities allege that Jackson smuggled a gun into the prison and was killed while attempting to escape. Now, on the other hand, literary giant and my favorite author, James Baldwin, wrote, "No Black person will ever believe that George Jackson died the way he did." The police today still frequently claim that they saw a gun and feared for their lives, which we've heard that many times before, regardless of the actual circumstances. Now, August, more than any other month, has historically carried the weight of the Black liberation struggle. Enslaved Africans were first brought to British North America in August 1619. Just over 200 years later, in August 1831, my boy Nat Turner led the most well-known rebellion of enslaved people in US history. This historical significance then carried over into the 20th century when both the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, which Dr. King gave his I Have a Dream speech then, as well as the Watts Rebellion, which was an explosive uprising against racist police in Los Angeles, occurred in August during the 1960s. Fast forward to the 21st century, August 2014, 18-year-old Mike Brown was murdered in Ferguson, Missouri, inspiring the slogan, "Hands up, don't shoot," by protesters. So in 1979, Black August was first celebrated in San Quentin prison, and observers of Black August commit to higher levels of discipline throughout the month. This can include fasting from food and drink, frequent physical exercise and political study, as well as engagement in political struggle. These emphasize the principles of Black August that Stephen touched on before: study, fast, train, fight. The oppression and exploitation of Black people is at the core of the vast wealth of the US capitalist class and the blood-soaked system of the government it presides over. The enslavement of millions of Africans, sharecropping, and the super exploitation of Black wage labor are the key sources of capital accumulation that allowed the white supremacist ruling class of this country to ascend to the position of global dominance. Throughout US history, the struggle for Black liberation has posed the greatest threat to the rule of the capitalist class. This is not true only because of the unceasing militant struggle of Black people for their own freedom, but also because of the Black liberations movement's ability to draw into motion other sectors of exploited and the oppressed. The oppression of Black America is so central to the country that the struggle of Black liberation is often acted as a detonator, setting off broader social struggles throughout the system. The resurgence of the movement for Black lives and the uprising in the summer of 2020, which brought tens of millions of people into the streets and the most massive social movement in US history, will be a source of inspiration for generations to come. The struggle continues against racist police, the prison system, huge disparities in wealth, housing, education, health, as well as many other injustices. Black August is an important opportunity to strengthen this fight. So what are some ways that you can get involved in the fight? So you're here, right? That's one way. That's a start, right? You can also sign the Hands Up Act petition that Travis is going to be talking about later. You can read Eugene Puryear's Shackled and Chained, which examines the evolution of mass incarceration as a product of the exigencies of US monopoly, capitalism, as well as bipartisan political fealty to the system's needs. You can also join me and other PSL members, Stephen was just talking about this, on September 13th at the City County Council building. We will be going to the Public Safety and Criminal Justice Committee meeting to tell them to stop giving killer cops our money. Right. And this last one is especially important because in the current political moment when some misleaders would have us bury the radical nature of Black resistance and instead prop up reformist Black resistance and reformist politics that glorify celebrity wealth and assimilation into the capitalist system, Black August is as important as ever. It connects Black people to our history and serves as a reminder that our liberation doesn't lie in the hands of Black billionaires, Black billionaires, Black police officers, or Black Democratic officials. Those Black faces in high places simply place a friendly face on the system that oppresses the masses of Black people in the United States and around the world, often distorting symbols of Black resistance along the way. Black liberation lies, as it always has, in the hands of the conscious and mass organizations. Right? Study, train, fight, and in the words of George Jackson, discover your humanity and your love of revolution. Power to the people and peace to the world. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dani. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed your presentation. Yes, Black August is the month where we recommit ourselves to the struggle. Like my girl Cheney came tonight, and me and her, we were in those trenches in 2020 during the uprising. So, we kept each other safe. Like Dani said, there weren't any Black billionaires in that uprising with us. It was just us. It was the people. It was people who we work with, who live in our neighborhoods, that we see every day on the bus or wherever. We were in those streets fighting. So, it's important to always think about those times and recommit ourselves to better days to come.